Welcome to this class. Today I am continuing the chapter Wave of the subject Science and Technology of class 10, and it is taken in the unit number 10. We have divided this Wave chapter into 11 different parts. Out of those 11, this is 7th part. And today we are going to focus on image formed by convex lens. But before the image, at least we must have idea about the rules with which the ray of light passes through the convex lens. I mean to say, first we have to understand the rule by which light ray passes through a convex lens. Then only we will be able to draw ray diagram related to convex lens. Okay, let's understand the rule with the help of animated picture. This is a convex lens and this is bisector line, and convex lens is shown with its thickness, bisector line. Now this is principal axis and this is optical center. The central point is optical center, and these are the focus. Focus lies on both the sides, because when light comes from left hand side, then the parallel ray of light coming from left hand side passes through the focus of right hand side, and if light comes from right hand side, then the parallel ray of light, I mean to say parallel with the principal axis, if comes from right hand side, then it passes through focus of left hand side. That's why focus lies on both the side and it is in equidistant from the optical center. If this focus is taken at 2 cm distance, then another focus should also be at 2 cm. If we are taking the focus at 3 cm distance, then another side also we have to take the focus at 3 cm distance. That's why be careful about this. Focus lies on both the sides and it is in equidistant from the optical center. All the distances are measured from optical center, okay, towards this side if 2 cm, towards this side also 2 cm. But we are talking about the rule. The first rule is, if a ray of light comes parallel to the principal axis of the convex lens, then after refraction it passes through the focus. And we have to remember this. A ray of light parallel to the principal axis of convex lens passes through the focus after refraction. Using this rule, we are going to draw a ray diagram related to convex lens. Now there is another rule also. Look at this another rule. This is convex lens, bisector line, this is principal axis, this is optical center, this is focus, and if a ray of light passes through optical center, then it passes without deviation, whether it comes from upper side or it comes from lower side. If it passes through optical center, then it passes straight. Now I want to tell you one other matter also. In previous class, we did lot of matter related to convex lens. Different terms related to convex lens was taught in previous class. Optical center, focus, the center of curvature, etc., etc., focal length. All these are done in previous class. We cannot revise all these terms. We have to remember from previous class. This rule says that a ray passing through the optical center of lens emerges without deviation, passes without deviation. This is second rule. Now let's have third. This is convex lens, this is bisector line, this is principal axis, and this is optical center, and we have focus on both the sides which are in equidistant from optical center. And if a ray of light comes through focus and strike on the surface of the convex lens, then what happens? It emerges parallel to the principal axis. It passes being parallel to the principal axis. This can be written this way: a ray passing through the focus and incident on the lens emerges parallel to the principal axis after refraction. Now I told you 3 different rules of refraction of light through convex lens. Let's have all these together. The rule of refraction of light through convex lens. First, what I told you, a ray of light parallel to the principal axis passes through focus after refraction. And second, what I told you, a ray of light passing through the optical center passes straight without deviation. And thirdly, what I told you, a ray of light coming through focus, when refract through a convex lens, then it passes being parallel to the principal axis. These three rules we have to remember, because we are using this rule for the formation of image by convex lens. Especially we are using first and second rule. Looking at this third, look at this third, it is just the opposite of the previous one. This one is opposite of the first one. Light has reversibility, that's why if it follows this path, then if light is reversed, then it follows this path also. That's why this third rule is also an important rule we have to understand, but we are using first and second in making diagram. Okay, now let's talk about the image formed by convex lens. I want to show you one convex lens. Look at this is convex lens. This is convex lens. And this lens is thicker in the middle. Look at this, middle part is thick. It is thicker in the middle and thinner at the edge. And this convex lens forms different types of image. I am talking about different types of image formed by convex lens. Now, if an object is placed at infinity, then this convex lens forms its image behind the lens. If it is taken a little nearer than the infinity, I mean to say B1 twice chef, then it forms another type of image. If it is taken a little more closer, then another type of image. All these images are classified by the scientists, and they declared that convex lens forms 6 different types of image. According to the position of the object from the lens, the image is categorized into 6 types. Now I am going to present this. Look at this, images formed by convex lens. Let's say this is principal axis, this is convex lens and bisector line, and we know this is optical center, and this is focus. Focus lies at equidistant from the optical center, and this is 2f. 2f is the point which lies at double distance than that of the focus. If we are taking 2 centimeter distance from optical center to focus, then 2f should be at 4 centimeter. If we are taking this distance 3 centimeter, then 2f should be at 6 centimeter. Okay, now we are going to draw 6 different types of image. First, we'll draw one diagram in which we'll take the object at infinity. When object is at infinity, we'll draw one diagram for that. And if the same object is taken a little closer, I mean to say a little B1 to F, here somewhere here, if object is taken at this place, then we'll make another ray diagram for it, and the heading will be when object lies B1 to F. We'll make another diagram, second diagram. And if the same object is taken to 2F at this position, then we'll make another ray diagram, and its heading will be when object is at 2F. What type of image the convex lens forms, we'll draw that. And when it is taken a little more closer, in between F and 2F, somewhere in between F and 2F here, then we'll make another ray diagram, and the heading will be when object lies between F and 2F. Now it's turn of what? When object is at focus. And now again we are going nearer and nearer in between F and O, somewhere here. Then sixth condition will be when object lies between F and O. Look at this. There are 6 conditions. According to the distance of the object from the lens, it is categorized into 6 different types, and in every diagram at the end will mention the nature of image. What type of image formed, whether the image is real or virtual. And secondly, what we write, whether the image is erect or inverted, or the third one is whether the image is magnified or diminished. We will mention this after each of the diagram. We will mention the nature of image and position of the image also, where image formed, whether it formed behind the lens between f and 2f or in between f and o, where it forms. We will mention this also. Now we are going to draw ray diagram, all these ray diagram. But before this, we must have clear idea about the real image and virtual image. Then only we will be able to declare that the image formed is real or virtual. That's why I want to recall this real and virtual image. It was taught in previous class. The image which can be obtained on the screen is called real image, and the image which cannot be obtained on the screen is called virtual image. Looking at this definition only, we cannot understand. Actually, what we do, whenever, wherever we have to make image of an object, then at least two rays of light should be taken from the object. The two rays of light which comes from the object, if it strike a mirror, then it reflects back. And if it passes through the lens, it bends, it refracts. After reflection or refraction, where they meet, at that point image forms. I want to give an example. Look at this. This is the concave mirror. It was taught in class 8 also. This is concave mirror, and this is an object, and we are taking two rays of light from object which is strike the surface of the concave mirror and reflects back. Both the rays of light are reflected back and they are intersected at this point. And where they intersect, image forms at that place. And that's why image formed at this place. And this image is real because really reflected rays are intersected and image formed. That's why this image is real. In the same way, another one, look at this. This is the image formed by plane mirror. This is object, its image appears at this place. And in this case, what is happening? Two rays of light, when it strike the surface of the plane mirror, it reflects back in this direction. And they are moving away from each other, they are diverging. I mean to say these two rays are diverging. And they won't meet in the really reflected direction. And so we have to produce them in opposite direction. Really light cannot go to this image, light won't reach up to the image. These two rays are when produced in opposite direction, where they meet, at that point image forms. Image can be seen, but light is not reaching, that's why this image cannot be obtained on the screen. This image can be obtained on the screen if we put a screen at this place, then we can get the image of this object on the screen. But here light is not reaching up to the image, just they appear to be intersected at this point. That's why this image cannot be obtained on the screen but can be seen with our naked eye. Okay, this is virtual image. This way we have to identify whether the image is real or virtual. Just remember this, after reflection or refraction, where these reflected rays and refracted rays or refracted rays intersect with each other, at that place image forms. This is the image making principle. Okay, now we are going to plot this ray diagram of each of the case. First case was what? When object is at infinity. First you have to draw this principal axis, and then convex lens and bisector line which bisect this convex lens into two equal half. Lens is always shown through its thickness, not from the front side or back side, because it appears circular from front side also and back side also, so it is always shown through its thickness. Now this is optical center, this is focus, and this is 2f. Again I want to mention that if focus is taken at the distance of 2 cm, 2f should be at 4. If focus is taken at 3 cm, then 2f should be 6. If focus is taken at 2.5 centimeter, then 2f should be 5 centimeter. This way, this much is same for each of the case. In all the 6 diagram, this much is same. Now, it's time to talk about the object. Where is our object? Our object is at infinity. It means this lens is if turned towards moon. If this lens is turned towards moon, then we can say that object is at infinity. Now, we cannot show the moon on the paper because it is far away. So, the ray of light coming from very far distance can be drawn parallel to each other, and if we draw this parallel ray also parallel to the principal axis, we can draw this way. A ray of light coming from the object is parallel to the principal axis, another ray also coming from the same object parallel to the principal axis. Using the rule, what can I say? These rays are parallel to the principal axis, that's why after refraction they passes through focus like this. It means these two rays are intersected at this point. Finished. Image formed. Now, how can we understand? Because image is not seen till now. Actually, after the refraction, these two refracted rays are intersected at focus. It means image formed at focus. And nature of image, it is real because really refracted rays are intersected at this point and image is formed. That's why this image is real. And we know that real image is inverted. And we can see really image in another figure. At this time we have to be clear that real image is inverted. That's why here the image formed is inverted. And why we are not seeing this image? Because it is highly diminished. It is not shown here because it is highly diminished, very, very small. These are the nature of image when object is at infinity. And where is the place of image, position of image? Image forms at focus behind the lens. Okay, this is all about the image formed by convex lens when object is at infinity. If you are told to draw a ray diagram to show the image formed by a convex lens when the object is at infinity, you have to draw this way. And you can write nature of image like this and position of the image like this. Okay, now let's go to another. Second, when object lies beyond 2f. Now, this is principal axis, this is convex lens, this is bisector line, this is optical center, and this focus, and this is 2f till this. In every diagram we are doing the same. Yes. Now it's time to talk about the object. Where is object? It is beyond 2f. It means somewhere here. Now I want to make object here. Look at this is object. Now we are using the rules for the formation of image. First rule was a ray of light coming parallel to the principal axis passes through focus, and second was a ray of light passing through the optical center passes straight without deviation, isn't it? The same we are using here. From the head of the object, I want to draw one ray of light parallel to the principal axis, and rule says that it passes through focus this way. And another ray of light I want to draw from the head of the object again, and it passes through optical center. I am drawing through optical center and it passes straight without deviation. I am not doing anything. Actually rule does everything, isn't it? The two rules are used. At least we have to draw two rays of light from the object. These two rays are taken according to rule. They are intersected at this point. That's why image forms at this point. Since light coming from head is intersected at this point, that's why head goes down. Automatically the image is found to be inverted, isn't it? Light coming from the head is intersected at this point, that's why I am making head down, isn't it? Now this is the image. Now what about the nature of image? The image is real. Why real? Because really refracted rays are intersected and image formed. That's why this image is real. And Second, this image is inverted. Real image is inverted, and here it is seen just inverted. We don't have to be worried about anything because the image seen inverted. Yes, in previous case it was very small, that's why not seen, but here image is inverted. And what do you think? This image is magnified or diminished? Smaller than the object or bigger than the object? Smaller than the object, that's why it is called image is diminished. Now what is the position of the image? Position of image we can write this way: image forms between f and 2f, in between f and 2f, behind the lens. Yes, this is all about the image formed by convex lens when object lies beyond 2f. If you are told to draw, you can draw this way, and you can write nature of image and position of image this way. Okay, let's have another one. I am doing all this because all these are very important, and these are used in different optical instrument. That's why we have to go through each of them. Third one, when object lies at 2f, third condition. Look at this principal axis, this is lens, bisector line, optical center, focus, and 2f till this, same for each of the diagram. Now our object is at 2f, that's why I am taking object at 2f here, and I am using rule, the same two rule. A ray of light parallel to the principal axis, I am drawing a ray of light from the head of the object parallel to the principal axis. We know that it passes through focus. Another ray of light I want to take from the head of the object, which when passes through optical center passes straight. They are intersected at this place. We don't have to do anything. Everything is done by rule, isn't it? We are following the rule. And they are intersected at this point, that's why image forms at this point. And since the light coming from head is intersected at this point, that's why head goes down. Yes, image is inverted. Now we can write nature of image this way. First, image is real, image is inverted. Image is real, why? Because really refracted ray intersected and image formed. Image is inverted, it is seen here, it is inverted, and it is of same size. It is neither bigger than this nor it is smaller than this. It is of same size. If height of this object is 2 cm, then image will also be 2 cm. If this is 1 cm height, it has 1 cm height, then image will also be of 1 cm height. Okay, position of image. What is it? Image forms at 2f, the same 2f, but behind the lens. This is all about the image formed by convex lens when object lies at 2f. This is diagram, and these are nature of image and position of image. Okay, let's have another. When object lies between f and 2f, we are taking object closer and closer to the convex lens, isn't it? From infinity to we are coming now up to what? Between f and 2f. This is principal axis, this is the lens, and this is the bisector line, this is optical center, focus, and 2f till this. In every diagram same thing. I suggest you to take this distance 2 cm and this one 4 cm. Okay. Now our object is in between f and 2f, isn't it? That's why I am taking this between f and 2f. Between doesn't mean that just in between the f and 2f. It may be a little towards f, or it may be a little towards 2f also, but somewhere in between f and 2f. Okay. Now I am using the same two rule. A ray of light which starts from the head, if it is parallel to the principal axis, then it passes through the focus. And I want to draw another ray of light from the head, because while making image we have to draw at least 2 rays of light from the object, and after reflection or refraction, in this case refraction because light is bending, after refraction where they meet, image forms at that place. I am taking another ray of light from the head, and if it passes through the optical center, then they appears to be intersected at this place. They intersect at this place, and since they are intersected at this place, image forms at this place, and image is thus magnified. It is bigger than the object. For the first time we are getting magnified image. In previous case it was not magnified. In case of 2f it was equal, but beyond 2f if object is at infinity, or beyond 2f it was smaller than the object. Now we got magnified image. Now what is the nature of image? Image is real because really refracted rays intersected and image formed, and image is inverted. It can be seen in the diagram, and image is magnified, isn't it? And what is the position of the image? Image forms beyond 2f, behind the lens. Behind the lens, beyond 2f. Okay. Now let's have fifth condition. When object lies at focus, now twist and turn are coming. It is a little different than other, and coming another one, sixth one is also different than other. Principal axis, this is lens, bisected, optical center, focus, and 2f. Till this everything is same like in previous case. Now our object is at focus here, and object is taken at focus. A ray of light which comes from the head of the object, if parallel to the principal axis, we can use this rule, it passes through what? Focus, this way. And another ray of light we are taking from the same head of the object, and according to rule we are taking it through optical center, and it passes like this. What happened? Something different than the previous, isn't it? What is different? They are not intersecting at this place. I mean to say, they are not intersecting. Why they are not intersecting? Actually they are coming closer and closer to each other, but the amount of coming closer to each other is very, very less. If they are produced to sufficiently long distance outside this paper, then they will meet at certain place at infinity, which cannot be shown on the paper. That's why I want to write here, these two rays of light meet at infinity, that's why image forms at infinity. Yes. And what are the nature of this image? Nature of image, real or virtual? Real, they are intersecting at infinity and image forms. Really intersecting after the refraction, that's why image is real. And real image is inverted, that's why it is inverted, not seen here, but if we produce these three principal axis and these two rays of light, then we can see it at infinity inverted. And next is image is highly magnified. If this line is produced to very, very long distance, and these two lines, light rays are if produced to very long distance, they meet at infinity and highly magnified image forms at infinity. Yes. And what is the place of image? This is the very simple, clear. Image forms at infinity behind the lens. Okay, let's have last, I mean to say sixth condition. When object lies between F and O, principal axis, lens, bisector line, optical center, focus, 2f, isn't it? Till this everything is same. Now our object is in between optical center and focus, here, somewhere here. Now we are using the rule. Ray of light coming parallel to the principal axis passes through focus. Another ray of light passing through optical center passes straight without deviation. But we have problem now. What to do? These rays are diverging ray. They are moving away from each other. They never meet with each other if we produce them to long distance. Then image doesn't form. No, image forms. If they are not intersecting in the really refracted direction, then we'll produce them in opposite direction. Produce them in opposite direction. Light never goes to opposite direction. This way, we'll produce both of them with the help of a ruler in opposite direction, and they are intersecting at this point. Where they intersect, image appears at that place. Yeah, image appears at this place. Since this image is virtual, I am showing it with the help of this dot line, and these rays are also produced rays, that's why this is also represented by dot line. Now we can write nature of image. What is the nature of image? Image is virtual because really the rays are not intersected to form image. The produced rays are intersected. Image can be seen. If we put a screen here, then we will not get image at this place. Image is erect. It is seen erect. Now third, it is magnified. Yes, it is magnified, bigger than the object, isn't it? Now position of image. Image forms on the same side of the object. For the first time, image is formed on the same side. This sixth condition is exception. Exception, I mean to say, different than other five conditions. Image is virtual. In all other cases, we had real image. Image is erect. In all other cases, we had inverted image. In other cases, we got magnified also. These two conditions are, these two nature are different than the previous, virtual, erect. Okay. Now let's take all this in the same table and compare them with each other. Look at this table. When object is at infinity, b1 to f, 2f, between f and 2f, all these six conditions are shown here. Now in first case, at infinity, image formed is real. It is inverted, highly diminished, and position of the image is at focus. Now what is the example of this? In what place we will see this type of image formed by which optical instrument? The optical instrument is the telescope. Image formed by objective lens in telescope. Do you know what is telescope? This is telescope. Here we have, this is a long structure, this is somewhat cylindrical, isn't it? Cylindrical, and it is taken on the stand. This is telescope. Here we have one convex lens at this end which is turned towards the object, which is called objective lens, and here we have another lens which is turned towards our eye, near to our eye. It is eyepiece or eye lens. And if we plot ray diagram of the same, it seems to be a little complex, even though I want to tell you about this. This is objective lens which is present at this place. This is eyepiece which is present at this place. And in this astronomical telescope, object is at infinity. Light rays coming from the object is converged by this objective lens, and its image forms at this focus, which is represented here by FO. Here it is written FO. It forms image at focus. The same is written here. Image formed by objective lens in telescope is the example of this condition. We don't have to be bothered with all these complex representation of different symbol. Objective lens forms image at focus in telescope. Okay, let's have another. B1 2F, real, inverted, all these are done previously, but example where it forms. Look at this, image formed by camera. In case of camera, object is B1 2F, and here we have lens, and behind the lens, in between F and 2F, the film is placed. An image of the object forms at the film. This way it is used in camera. And third one, real, inverted, and this is equal size. Now this image forms at 2F. Now example is image formed by erecting lens of terrestrial telescope. New instrument is coming. This is telescope, here terrestrial telescope. What is the difference between these two? Telescope is used to observe these heavenly bodies, to get magnified image of heavenly body. It has two lenses. The lens, convex lens, which is turned towards object is objective lens. The convex lens which is turned towards our eye is eyepiece. But in case of terrestrial, there is another lens also, third lens also. The reason is very simple. While watching the heavenly bodies, the image formed is inverted. This telescope, normal telescope, which is called astronomical telescope, forms inverted image. But it doesn't make any difference if we are watching moon. Inverted image of moon doesn't have head and tell. That's why whether it is inverted or erect doesn't make any difference in the study of moon. In the same way, other heavenly body also, if it's inverted image forms, in this way, not this way, if image forms, it doesn't make any difference. But terrestrial telescope is used to see the object on the surface of the earth, far object. We have to see the far object, the object which is at long distance. Just for example, we are in a ship and we are watching another ship with the help of terrestrial telescope. Then image is, if inverted, we cannot understand the inverted ship and the person moving over here and there. That's why the terrestrial telescope should form erect image, not inverted. So another lens is also used in terrestrial telescope. This is objective lens, this is eyepiece. Don't be confused because of all these different symbols. We are just related to this one, middle one. This lens is used to just make the image erect. This objective lens forms image of the distant object at focus, and this erecting lens, here it is written erecting lens. Erecting lens is placed in such a way that this image formed by objective lens falls at its 2f, and if image is at 2f, then this image of this image, I mean to say image, this is object for this lens, the image of this object will form at 2f behind the lens. Just the inverted, I mean to say this is if inverted, the image becomes erect. That's why this lens is called erecting lens, because inverted image is erected, isn't it? For this purpose, this lens is used here, and I want to mention this. Okay, mentioned. Now next, fourth condition, real. This is inverted, magnified, all these you know, and B1 2F image forms B1 2F, and where it forms? Image formed by projector. I think you have seen projector. The film is placed where? This film is placed between F and 2F of the lens, and its image forms B1 2F on the screen. In projector, it happens in projector. The fifth condition, real image forms, inverted forms, and highly magnified forms, and it forms at infinity. Flashlight is the example. In flashlight, a convex lens is used in such a way that the object, this light is at focus, and it is spread to very long distance by using this flashlight. Okay. Now sixth condition, virtual image forms, inverted image forms, and it is magnified. This is different than other, and on the same side of the object, hand lens is the best example. And actually, to get magnified image, we use this hand lens. This is small letters can be seen clearly by using hand lens. At this time, these letters are placed between F and O, focus and optical center of the lens, and its magnified image can be seen on the same side, and erect image can be seen on the same side. These are all 6 conditions. We are taking them together, and we are taking example of each of them also. Now I think I told you everything related to 6 different conditions for the formation of image by a convex lens. Now let's have a question, a little brainstorming type of question. I made a statement, look at this, when an object is brought closer to the focus of a convex lens, the image will magnify more, is it? Let's have a look at the previous one. Have you noticed this? When object is closer to the lens till focus, at first it was at infinity, now a little nearer than infinity, 2f, B1 2f, and at 2f, and between f and 2f and f. If object is brought closer and closer, then the image is found to be magnifying. At first highly diminished and diminished only, equal size, and magnified and highly magnified. An image is found to be forming more away than that of the lens, behind the lens, first at focus and then between f and 2f and 2f and b1 2f and at infinity. This is seen in this table. Now the same is related to this question also. When an object is brought closer to the focus of a convex lens, the image will magnify more, is it? Now just think about this. Argument 1. A real, inverted and diminished image forms between f and 2f of the convex lens of focal length 3 cm if the object is placed at a distance of 4 cm from the lens. Whether this is correct or not, just try to think about this, analyze it. A virtual and erect image forms when an object is placed between f and o of the convex lens. Looking at all these and analyzing all these statement and argument, you have to select one of the option. Now let's talk about the option number 1. Only argument 1 is correct, is it? A real, inverted and diminished image forms between f and 2f of the convex lens of the focal length 3 cm if the object is placed at the distance of 4 cm from the lens. What it mean? It means object is somewhere between focus and 2f. Focal length is 3 cm and it is beyond focal length and not beyond 6 cm. It means in between f and 2f we can compare with this. Object is somewhere between f and 2f. 3 cm is the focal length at 4 cm distance. Yes, between f and 2f. Now what type of image form? Real? Yes, real. Inverted? Yes, inverted. And diminished image? No, not diminished, it is magnified, isn't it? That's why argument 1 is correct, this option is incorrect. Now I want to cancel this option. Now second option, only argument 2 is correct, is it? A virtual and erect image forms when an object is placed between f and o of a convex lens. Let's have this diagram. Object is placed between f and o. And what is told? Virtual and erect image. Yes, virtual and erect image forms when object is between f and o. Yes, this argument is correct. But the question is, only argument 2 is correct. What about the statement? We haven't seen statement. That's why I want to go through another option also. Argument 1 and 2 both are correct. No, 1 is incorrect. That's why we have to drop this argument, this option. Now statement and argument 2 are correct. Now let's go through statement. When an object is brought closer to the focus of a convex lens, the image will magnify more. Yes, till focus the image is magnified. This statement is also correct. It means statement is correct, argument 2 is correct. Statement and argument 2 are correct. We have to select the option number 4. Yes, this way we can analyze the image formed by convex lens also. Okay, today I focused on the rules with which light refract through convex lens, and using this rule we have drawn 6 different types of image which convex lens forms, and beside this we did lot of matter related to this. I mean to say the example of each of the condition, etc., etc. Okay, now I want to stop this class. We'll meet in another class with concave lens. Thank you.